For some reason, I can't get through. So that's that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to our Backlash prediction show here on Unpopular Review with myself in charge today, the Wrestling Doll. And as soon as this graphic comes down, I can show my co-host for the night. We have with me the biggest AEW mark in our Unpopular Review, Vic. And underneath both of us, we have the founder, co-creator, tribal chief, head of the table of Unpopular Review, the executive consultant. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Doing good. Ready to make some predictions. I'm excited que van para Puerto Rico a tener la lucha, parce, porque oye, marito, van a estar allá dando bola.
Ay, Dios.
Huepa. I'm hyped. I wish that I could go. Estoy muy lejos. Estoy en Nueva York.
It'll be interesting if you can go too. I, of course, will be there live in Puerto Rico on Saturday, enjoying the beach, probably enjoying Backlash too. But we're talking about some predictions for all these matches coming up for Backlash Puerto Rico. First time in almost 20 years, the WWE's had a premium live event / pay-per-view in the great territory of Puerto Rico.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy, feedy needy.
Se va a encontrar una jevita para allá y va a acabar con todo.
Well, they're feeding the needy of the Puerto Ricans with some lucha action down there. And speaking of that, I'm going to pull up a match that I think will be one of the first ones because there was absolutely no build-up for this. So nobody even is like, there's no storyline between these two. It's like, what's happening? Why is this even happening?
That's Vince.
Because apparently with Seth walking out during Raw the next week, he gets put in a match with Omos. Now, like I said when we were doing our WrestleMania Night 1 discussions of Night 2 of which one was going to be the first match, which I said was going to be Omos because nobody cared. Again, nobody cares about this match happening. I think Seth Rollins is going to do something to win, but I think they might do something with Omos to put him over. I don't want Omos to win. I much rather prefer Seth Rollins, considering all the beating and the pummelings he's taken up, except for the victory over Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
I personally think it's just a match to big them both up. I think that it's all hands on deck for Omos because he's just big and impactful, and they're using everybody to get him over. But then at the same time, Seth Rollins, people just want him to show up so they can go, whoa. Yeah. That's it. That's the thing that's over right now.
Literally one of the top 5 theme songs to sing along to now, which is fine. Yeah, no words, just got to sing.
Like Seth Rollins is somebody that just has to come out. You know what I mean? At right now, at least. So, in my opinion, I think throwing him at Omos and then having Omos lose a match, making Seth Rollins look really strong, so that then they can put the other belt on him, is good booking. And look, they're getting out of it. They're getting in and out of it right in the beginning. So yeah, I think that works out.
Omos needs to win. And what I mean by Omos needs to win, because some people look at me like crazy. You're talking about Omos needs to win. As the wrestling doll up there said, nobody cares about Omos. That's not true. I think a lot of people care about Omos because he's an attraction, right? He's 7'3", 418 pounds, a Nigerian giant. Every bit of the name. He is an attraction. When he walks out, you can't help but to be an awe of the man. Now, his wrestling skills have a lot to be desired at times, but he's really not that bad. Now, here's the thing. So you think Seth Rollins needs to win because people consider him to be a favorite going into the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, which obviously is true. He is definitely a favorite, right? Seth Rollins proven plenty of times. he can take an L. He's taken lots of L's on pay-per-views and premium live events. He usually wins on Raw, but he's taken a lot of L's. I think this is one he can take an L and then go back in a couple of weeks and win the World Heavyweight Championship, and no one will bat an eye. Like, oh, well, he just lost to Omos. What about Omos? Nobody's going to do that.
And then that'll make
that being said, who else is taking a lot of L's, believe it or not, is Omos. Omos is taking a lot of L's. Name the last feud Omos won. You can't. He lost to Brock Lesnar. He lost to Braun Strowman. He lost to Bobby Lashley. He always goes in there intimidating. They'll do the thing where he looks like he's overpowering people. They put their head on the chest. He shows the fist to their head. He shows them outside the ring with one hand. But when the match happens, he loses.
I mean, but he's the modern day Great Khali.
Great Khali's still a former world champion.
So he might get it.
Omos needs to take this victory. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to give it to Seth Rollins. I don't think Seth Rollins wants to take that L, but I think Seth Rollins needs to take that L to Omos, because if you want to build up Omos as the next Great Khali or the next Undertaker or the next Andre Giant, wherever you want to build him up as the next or first Omos, he needs to start winning some matches. My money and my pick is Seth Rollins, but I'm hoping that they do something with Omos because I think he's a little bit better than people give him credit for. Seth Rollins for the victory.
Well, at least we can all agree on that. That's for dang sure, which is a good thing. Now, let's see. Of the matches we have on the card, I'm just going to pick one at random to go next. It's not really a level of importance of what I think is going to go next. I'm going to pick one of the championship matches. We have Bronson Reed versus Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship triple threat at Backlash. Now, everybody and their mamas, well, mostly everybody and their mamas before this one says, no, I did not agree, wanted Austin Theory to lose to John Cena at WrestleMania. However, some of us knew that wasn't going to happen, that he was going to retain the victory and show that you can meet your idols and still beat them down to the ground, despite what everybody thinks. Now, of the three, I liked Bronson Reed when he was in NXT. I respected his run as the North American champion. And I respect Bobby Lashley's skills in the ring. And I've had a love-hate relationship with Bobby Lashley. I will admit that. I'm not going to say, oh, I loved him from the very beginning when I didn't. And I'm not going to say, oh, I hate him still, even though I don't. I feel like Austin Theory is going to do something to retain that belt, to show that he's done it with the best. He can beat John Cena, he can beat a Bobby Lashley, and he can most definitely beat up Bronson Reed. So, as much as I don't want Austin Theory to win, he's going to retain the belt and still be the U.S. champion.
I agree. I prefer for Bronson Reed to win it because I think that he deserves it, to be honest with you. And he might win it because they've been booking him pretty freaking strong lately. And now Bobby Lashley at this point is great for getting other people over. And, his career is coming to an end. I mean, he didn't say anything. It's not, but it should be within the next couple of years. I got a feeling that he's definitely not winning this belt again. I think that his run was done. And he's going to get that gold belt at some point. So he's going to look really good in this match. And, clearly it's been all hands on deck for Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa. Like, those are the major two that are just getting the major push. So I think he's going to retain. But if he doesn't and Bronson Reed gets it, I would be very happy with that because that kid needs a strap. He doesn't have the mic skills. He doesn't have, you know what I mean? He needs a strap or a mouthpiece because in the ring, he's great. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, I hope for Bronson Reed personally.
Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. Here's what you have to think about when you think about this matchup. You have three competitors. Two of them have been drafted to SmackDown. One of them was drafted to Raw. That United States Champion surprised the Vic, the the mark of Victor Rodriguez. Then think about this: that U.S. Championship is not going over to Monday Night Raw when they just drafted the Intercontinental Championship. Bronson Reed stays on Raw. He's not winning that title. So your choices are either Bobby Lashley or your current United States champion.
Oh, right. So yeah, so Austin Theory.
And because of that, I see Austin Theory winning because Bobby Lashley is drafted over SmackDown, so he can go to a feud with Roman Reigns. See, this is the problem, or not the problem. This is the good thing about the draft. It gives you new talent for Roman Reigns to win against. Going into WrestleMania 40, because he's holding that title against WrestleMania 40. Throw your ones up in appreciation of your tribal chief. Acknowledge your tribal chief, Bobby Lashley, who I think is a credible source to beat Roman Reigns. Will not beat Roman Reigns, but he needs to have this one-off for Austin Theory and then go on to bigger and better and greener pastures. But in the meantime, your winner of the match, Austin Theory.
That makes sense.
And it gives people the feud that they've been waiting for a while now, which is Lashley versus Roman Reigns. Since he never technically wrestled against them one-on-one as far as I've seen for the championship belts for either one. Okay, so let's see. Next up, I'm picking another men's match. This one has actually been a build-up, so this one people are definitely more invested in caring for. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Now, myself and a whole bunch of people, I'm not going to say everybody and their mamas because I know everybody, most of the men in this damn chat, did not want Cody Rhodes to win. Or obviously, we're saying Cody was never going to win. I wanted him to win. And I wanted him to finish the story. Well, maybe he can finish this chapter that he's dealing with Brock Lesnar and defeat him. Which I think will make more sense considering the fact that Cody is actually there more. And Brock is just now a free agent who will probably be there like maybe 5-6 times a year max. So what's the point of giving the win to someone who's not there too much? But it should be quite an interesting match. I think Cody will definitely do something. I honestly am rooting for the American Nightmare.
I think they're gonna give him the Beast Slayer treatment, if that makes sense. Where they, where he beats Brock Lesnar and then it becomes a big deal. And, like they've done for the past few years with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. At the same time, what I would love to see is for Brock Lesnar to identify as the Vince and do something like Weaselly to win the match. And like in real heel fashion, like in a Paul Heyman style, to something super Weaselly and cheesy to win the match. And just, get out of there in a heel fashion and just keep Cody Rhodes upset and have another match down the road, like in a different style. That would be nice, like just to keep the program going. Because I think Brock Lesnar's having fun. I really do. Like I think he's enjoying just like being a heel and like nothing with Cody Rhodes.
I can tell you this. Everybody knows my opinion when it comes to Cody Rhodes. He's a great talent.
Wrestling has more than one.
However,
Family.
since he's been back, he's been spoon-fed everything. It is annoying. I was glad to see him take the L to your tribal chief and head of the table, Roman Reigns. He needs to continue to take L's. You want to have the story to be invested again, he needs to take some more L's and then build himself back up to where people are behind him again to go after one of those world championships. He shouldn't beat Brock Lesnar. Not even believable to me. He shouldn't beat Brock Lesnar. No. Brock Lesnar needs to look strong. Now, granted, Brock Lesnar, just like Seth Rollins, even more so than Seth Rollins, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar can take an L anytime he wants because he's Brock Lesnar, underrated GOAT, in my opinion. So he can take the L and shrug it off and still come out there and against Cody Rhodes. And everybody like, oh my God, how's he going to lose to Cody Rhodes? I mean, how's Cody going to beat Brock Lesnar? Even Cody wins. How's he going to do it twice? It's Brock Lesnar, right? Here's the thing. Brock Lesnar has pretty much lost more matches since his return in 2021 than he's won. But people don't pay attention to that because he's Brock freaking Lesnar. I think this is the man and this is the one that takes another L on Cody's playbook for Cody to come back stronger than ever. I want to see Brock Lesnar win, but for some reason, I know it's the truth. And unfortunately, Cody Rhodes is probably going to come out the victor and everybody's going to be so happy.
Oh, but that's necessary, bro. That's lacking. We haven't had that from Cody Rhodes in a long time, unless it's been like a little match on Raw. He needs a big moment. He needs to get more big moments. He needs it. Don't be a hater. You're hating all day. Don't hate on the American like you know what I mean? He's just a comic, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like it says in his theme, hard times breed better men. So
That's right.
you need to go through those hard times with these men to show that he can kick ass.
Whoa. Yo,
Another theme song to sing along to. That's fun.
I can't wait till the Puerto Rican crowd starts.
They're gonna go nuts.
Can't wait, man. That's gonna be popping. Can't wait to see that. It's gonna be better than the New York crowd after WrestleMania. It's gonna be great.
And speaking of a match that I think the Puerto Rican crowd will definitely be very interested in, besides the other really obvious one, for the SmackDown Women's Championship,
Queens in
the
house.
Eradicator, that is Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day, versus Miss Zelina Vega, La Muñeca, from the Latino World Order / Legado del Fantasma.
Mhm.
Now, this is going to be pretty much the first time in forever that Zelina will be fighting in her lovely home country of Puerto Rico. And I think she's definitely going to show out and put up one hell of a fight against Rhea Ripley. However, they gave the strap to Rhea Ripley, so I don't think they're going to take it off her right now. Although the only thing I don't want them to do is make Bianca and Rhea just swap titles, because I feel like that kind of diminishes their reigns, especially Bianca, for how dominant she's been this last year. I love Zelina. She's doing a very good job as a face, which surprises me, considering she's been a heel her entire career. Unless you watch her stuff from the indie scenes, which I have watched a couple matches. So I do know that she can be a good face, but I just forgot because she's so amazing as a heel. So as much as I do love Zelina, and that she has grown on me this last year and some change, the Eradicator is going to eradicate the crap out of Zelina Vega and take the W.
Well, I think that this is an opportunity for Selena Vega to showcase her skills as a babyface. I personally love Selena Vega because she's from Queens. She's from out here. She's a New Yorican. And this is one of the reasons why she has so much swag. She is a tiny little thing. I met her at WrestleMania 35. And I love her. She's just, one of the most feistiest people ever. She was great in Lucha Underground and just everywhere that she's been. You know what I mean? The girl's just got it. She understands the business better than anybody. She's about to take this major L, but I think that it's going to make her look really, really good. I mean, look, we all know that this match is about representation above all else, right? So, I think it's definitely going to be a Roman Reigns style match where really, really close pinfalls, surprising pins, surprising kickouts, and it's going to be a great time. With clearly Rhea Ripley winning, but it's definitely going to be a fun match. But I think Dominic will be involved.
I completely agree with you. Rhea's winning. I don't even know what we're doing this match. I mean, I do know why we have to honor Zelina Vega. She's from Puerto Rico. Hey, let's put her in the match. But realistically speaking, this ain't it, players. This ain't it. And I think it's a waste of time. But, hey, I like Zelina Vega. I think she should be on commentary or a manager, personally. But it's what it is. Shout out to Zelina Vega. I'll be rooting for you, but Rhea Ripley's going to win.
You don't know a cheap pop when you see one?
It's very cheap.
It's easy to do. What do you mean?
Right here in Puerto Rico.
And look,
in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Drew McIntyre fighting for the thing in the castle.
A lot of people thought he was going to win, though.
Of course, it's a cheap pop.
Nobody thinks that Rhea Ripley's losing that title.
Pop, you work over there, like, come on.
Wasting my time.
Please look, watch Mansoor winning the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
And no one mentions it again.
Exactly.
It is Mansoor.
Because you know why? Because it's not for us. Just like Shawn Michaels and Triple H fighting the Brothers of Destruction when they're about to, like, when they need the hospital. Like, shoot fly. But the Saudis didn't care. They put money for it. That's not for us. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. All right, Mr. Rain. Anyway, I'm talking too much. What's the next match?
Now, I put up a few graphics. I didn't get to put them all. So this one down here, we'll put them up for the last two matches. So the last one that I was able to pull up is going to be the one that I think everybody in San Juan is going to go absolutely bananas for. If this is not the main event, people are going to riot because it is the former partners from WrestleMania 37 turned adversaries at Backlash. The Battle of the Puerto Ricans. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. Now, a lot of people have mad respect for Bad Bunny with his efforts in the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 37 of 2021, which I did gain respect more after watching it back because I watched it the first time with some friends. I didn't really understand what was going on because I just literally started watching WWE that night. So I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know what the story was or why Bad Bunny was in the ring in the first place. But after watching it back, becoming a fan, I definitely have respect for him with his dedication to his craft, into learning all the moves and stuff. People gave him a lot of compliments like they give Logan Paul now. And as much as I like Bad Bunny and I enjoy his music, I feel like Damian Priest is going to eradicate, destroy, obliterate the crap out of Bad Bunny so hard that he's not going to be able to go on tour for at least a year and some change. And it's a street fight, so nothing is off limits for these two. I wouldn't be surprised if they both pulled out belts and decided to hit each other Latino parent style for punishment like Rey Mysterio did to Dominic in WrestleMania this year.
Child abuse.
Child abuse my ass. Okay, Dominic had it coming. But, like I said, as much as I love Bad Bunny, I love Damian Priest more. I loved him since the first time I saw him wrestle. As much as I like that he's found his character, I miss him being the Archer of Infamy. I didn't like when they had him do the whole Damian Priest thing with the whole half and half thing. That was like a Finn Balor thing all over again, which makes sense now with them teaming together. And also ironic of the fact that they're fighting for the United States Championship and now they're working together. So let's see how this will go with Bad Bunny trying his hardest to not die at the hands of a giant as massive in comparison as Damian Priest.
I'm waiting for Logan Paul to get his own pay-per-view the way that the Bad Bunny just got his own pay-per-view. Because...
Where, when they go to Cleveland?
Probably. But the thing is just that, look, they haven't gone to Puerto Rico in 18 years. It took Bad Bunny to go over there. What this is a Bad Bunny concert with wrestling involved. So I
think Bad Bunny is going to sing while getting his ass beat by Damian Priest.
Oh, no. He's hosting the show. So he's probably going to do a couple of songs there. And he's in Puerto Rico. So you know what I mean? And the thing is, he doesn't have to speak two languages. He can speak naturally. And he's from La Pela. So at the end of the day, people in La Pela might just show up, and they might literally just do that whole thing because they're in Puerto Rico and they got to cater to the crowd. You know what I mean? He's been talking a whole bunch of crap. There's a whole bunch of people over there that want to do it, and the way that they created that is just having a whole bunch of people come in and beat the crap out of Damian Priest. right? So now they can set it up two ways. Damian Priest beats the crap out of him, and then people come in and just kill Damian Priest. Or Bad Bunny just shows his wrestling skills, and then they just big him up. Why? So that then they can do more. Look, Roman Reigns is not even involved in this thing. He's not even involved in this show, and it's selling out, and everybody has interest. I think that Bad Bunny and Triple H putting this thing together was pure genius. Clearly, regardless of how they're gonna go, the direction that they're gonna go, because this has to be a one-off. Bad Bunny can't. I don't think he has the time to do a program. Therefore, he has to win. But what's going to be exciting is the way that he wins. Who knows how that's going to be? And for Damian Priest, I want to go buy his NXT side plates now. Like they're freaking investing in this guy a lot. Everything that they've done with Damian Priest since the days of NXT is and not everything has been a hitter, but they're putting money into him. I guarantee you this guy eventually is gonna have one of the three belts or two belts or you know, I think so. I really do. I think he's gonna be a top guy one day.
He can get a mid card belt again. He did
Yeah,
it before.
I don't see a world title. They really are big.
He's the next Intercontinental champ.
Solo Sokoa. But let's talk about it. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. I would like to see Damian Priest win. I was actually surprised they didn't make this a tag team match with Damian and Dominic versus Ray and Bad Bunny. I always thought that was the direction they were going to go with. And actually, now I think about it, I knew about this match months ago, and that was the direction it was supposed to go. But they changed it, and I don't know why. But Damian's probably going to lose because WWE likes having celebrities go over. I never understand why, but they do. But I think they'll make it a damn good match. I think it'll be damn good entertainment. And I hope that Bad Bunny does not get injured in this match because he wants to really be a fan and in there and have so much fun. And he does a good job with it. Don't get me wrong. He goes out there and does his all. But he has to understand his career should come first, which obviously it does. But his career should come first because he makes way more money doing that than he would in WWE. But I'm glad he's out there having fun, and I appreciate his a few people. And I appreciate his dedication. I mean, the man pretty much got a place here in Orlando for months so he can train at the Performance Center every day going into that WrestleMania match. So I have nothing but respect for Bad Bunny, and I'm looking forward to that match.
I think that'll definitely be one of the matches of the night. And if it's not, and if people say that it's not, then they're out of their damn mind and they're blind as hell. And that's coming from someone who naturally wears glasses and is blind.
I personally just appreciate the evolution of what's happening with wrestling right now because, man, 5 years from now, we're going to look at this like, yo, that's where it started.
WWE is a very diverse group of talent now, and I don't think they get enough credit for that. They have a lot of different nationalities, a lot of different accents, a lot of different colors, so to speak, and they utilize all of them well. Logan Paul, you said, where would it be? Cleveland. I mean, Logan Paul, that's where he lives now, but remember, Logan Paul is Puerto Rican. So
facts. That's true. He went. I mean, come on. He's a big business owner. He ran to Puerto Rico for the tax breaks. Everybody can see that. But but still, he resides in Puerto Rico. So they might make that a thing. Could you imagine if Logan Paul shows up? He's like, "Yo, I'm from here," and appears in the match.
Logan Paul is the only person who can rival MJF and Dominic Mysterio in heel heat.
Dominic
Logan Paul could just stand in a ring for 5 seconds and people will be booing the crap out of him.
Yeah, the same thing you said about Dominic. Dominic just needs to pick up a mic. He doesn't have to say anything. What's your next match?
Well, you have the graphics. I wasn't able to grab them all, so I said you'd be pulling up the last two.
Oh, they're up there.
Well, I'm in one of the rooms.
Oh, we can be in different studios now. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Nice.
Where is it at? Let's go. Let's talk about it.
We have Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, formerly known as Io Shirai, of Damage Control for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, Io Shirai was a very formidable and very talented NXT Women's Champion
Mm-hmm.
who went up against the powerhouse in Raquel Gonzalez, now Raquel Rodriguez, and unfortunately fell short, but made Raquel look very strong. We're basically going to get a repeat of that here.
Yep.
In terms of how great she is in the ring, how people need to stop overlooking her, regardless whether you've seen her in NXT or not, and see that with the big split that will be Damage Control one of these days, don't know when, so people can see what a talent Io is. Now, I love them both to pieces. They're literally both of my top 5 female wrestlers of WWE. But Bianca is going to retain. She is the longest reigning Raw champion of color that the WWE has had. Since WrestleMania 37 to WrestleMania 38 to SummerSlam to everything. She has beaten everybody in her path by herself. And she's going to do it again with Io. Will Dakota Kai and Bayley come out some way, somehow to try to interfere? Of course they will. It's Damage Control. They can't fight clean because they're heels. So as much as we want it to be a clean match, it ain't gonna be a clean match, and Bianca's gonna take that W. She is the top. If Roman, if Sammy, if Kevin, if Cody, if they're all the top guys in WWE right now, Bianca's definitely the top girl that they have right now.
I think they're just gonna make Io look good for a Rhea match later.
I definitely want to see that too.
Well, it won't be for a Rhea match. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because Rhea Ripley is on Raw and Io Shirai is on SmackDown.
Oh, I thought they were saying. I thought Damage Control was on Raw.
Damage Control got drafted to SmackDown
for another time.
Right. So this feud is going to continue, but it is definitely, as you two said, is to make Io look good. She's going to take the L. She's going to look strong. It might actually be some tomfoolery where she looks like she's about to beat Bianca, and then Bayley interferes in the match, so to speak, and cost her the match, and Bianca picks up the W. I can see that happening. But one thing that's for damn sure is, despite what Wrestling Doll said, we are definitely doing a title switch where Bianca is going to give that championship to Rhea Ripley, and Rhea's going to give up that championship to Bianca, and Bianca's going to be your new SmackDown Women's Champion, and Rhea's going to be your new Raw Women's Champion. Not happy about it because I feel like it kind of diminishes Bianca's Raw Women's Championship run, but it is what it is. I'm also not happy about Samantha Irvin getting moved to Raw. That kind of hurt the heart. So,
well, the only reason why she got moved is because Ricochet's Raw.
Correct, but Mike Rome doesn't do Roman Reigns' entrance as well as Samantha Irvin. So,
well, at least she can do Imperium's intro. So
that's important.
Cool. She does do that well.
She does Imperium's and Roman Reigns' entrance the best. Everything else, I can miss, but she does those two better than anybody.
That's true. She's kind of like the female Howard Finkel.
Mm-hmm. Nothing against Mike Rome. I think Mike Rome's phenomenal, but Samantha Irvin puts a little extra, especially when she does the Imperium and she does it in different ways. She also does the Roman. She like Solo Sikoa and the wise man Paul Heyman, and then Roman making Roman seem like a god. It's amazing. So it's gonna miss that.
She's good at putting accents in too.
She's very good. She used to be a singer. I studied her so I can marry her, and then Ricochet swooped on. But that's a conversation for another time. Ladies and gentlemen,
Mrs. X Harris.
The next X Mrs. Harris. Main event time. Possible main event anyway.
We have a 6-man tag match with the Usos and Solo Sikoa versus Matt Riddle and the current reigning, defending, undisputed tag team champions, that is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This match is definitely going to be very interesting. We're going to have a lot. I think we're going to have some good spots between Sami and Jay. I feel like they're going to give the W to Riddle, Sami, and Kevin, especially since they just won the belts from them around a month and some change ago from the Usos at WrestleMania. I mean, if the belts are on the line, then they're not just going to have them lose it so soon. they're going to do something with those belts, split them up one eventually, and realize, and so people can see we don't need to hold these belts hostage. We can keep one, and they can keep the others over on the other brand. I don't have a lot to say about this match, only because I'm not 100% invested in this storyline anymore, because I feel like it's kind of gotten stale for me. But I pick Sammy, KO, and Riddle to win.
I think the Bloodline's gonna win because the last thing that they won was Roman's match. So like, and I think they're gonna do that so that then they could be like, look, we went to Backlash and won this match. Roman was popping. We kicked all their asses. Yeah, but you don't have any belts. It doesn't matter. We won. You know. So I think that's why they're gonna win, and they're gonna win in a cheap with somebody doing something.
If they lose, they'll probably just attack the crap out of them. They'll probably attack the crap out of Riddle, KO, and Sammy.
But that's not something tangible that they can take back to Roman Reigns.
I know it's not nothing tangible, but it's probably gonna be the only thing they can do if they lose.
Yeah, but that doesn't if they win the match, they could go back to Roman Reigns and be like, hey man, listen, we did this and blah blah blah. We got the W at Backlash now. We gotta move together to do some other stuff.
For crying out loud, they got drafted separately. The Usos got drafted as the Usos, and Paul Heyman, Solo, and Roman got drafted as the Bloodline. So
same show.
Might be the same show, but there's still some stuff going on, so we just gonna see what's going on.
One thing that we need to pay attention to is the fact that the Usos did not win those tag team titles back, and I thought they were. Or I thought it was going to be some shenanigans because there's no way they're going to split, so to speak, the world championship to be exclusive on each brand, but the tag team titles get to move from each brand. I think they're about to do away with that. So somehow those SmackDown titles are going to go back over to the SmackDown brand. There was a reason why they drafted some teams in this draft. Okay, they drafted quite a few teams to this draft. So you're not going to have SmackDown without any tag team championships. So please pay attention to that. But here's the other thing to consider. I was like, why did they do that? Are they actually about to split somebody up? Yeah. Some people was about to leave the bloodline. And I shouldn't say people. I think it's a person that's about to get kicked out of the bloodline. A lot of people think that the Usos are going to get separated from the bloodline. And I don't think that's true. I think Jimmy Uso is being kicked out of the bloodline. And people say, hey, Chris, why do you think that? I was like, look at the clues. Look at the context clues. Because WWE is very good, especially Paul Heyman. Is very good at what he does. People talked about a couple weeks ago how Paul Heyman was like, because Roman is getting tired of you, and he looked at the Usos. He didn't look at the Usos. He looked at Jimmy Uso, who took the loss last week in that tag team title match. It was Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso was in the back talking about how he is the main event Uso, the right-hand man and stuff like that to Jay. And Jay wasn't paying attention. There's context clues they're doing to show you that Roman is going to say, Jimmy, you are the weak link. You got to go. And then Jay has to choose between his brother and Roman. And that's how you're going to get back to the Jay versus Roman, because they're going to get back to the Jay versus Roman. That's definitely happening. That's how you get there without alienating Jimmy Uso. That being said, I think the winners of this match is going to be Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. To further that, and you'll know I'm right if Jimmy Uso takes the pin.
I mean, I believe Jay was the one that took the pin at WrestleMania, so it makes sense.
At WrestleMania, yes.
So it makes sense that Jimmy would be the one to take the pin at Backlash.
But he took the pin last week on Friday Night SmackDown. The reason how come Jay took the L at WrestleMania is because it was all part of the bigger storyline at that time, which was between Jay and Sammy, and it felt like a culmination. It was a very emotional match. It would not have been ended properly if it was Jimmy that took the pin. It had to be Jay to take the pin. And I say this again, at WrestleMania, you saw they paused between every haluva kick. They had the little dramatic moments, him falling into the arms and everything like that, him taking a breath before he did it. But on SmackDown, it was quick when it was Jimmy. Just boom, done.
Well, I mean, they got to build up the suspense for everything and certain things. That's all I can say about that.
They do it well.
I can't disagree on that. And on that note, we have discussed pretty much every single match that is going to happen this Saturday at Backlash. our consultant down here will be there in person to watch all the action. So be on the lookout for things on social media to be put up as it's happening. And some of us will be watching from the comfort of our own home. Or some will be working if they are unfortunately not lucky. But if they have Peacock, they can always watch it later.
True.
And on a couple notes, there are a few things we have to plug, such as our SmackDown Raw review shows that we have here every what day, Mr. Executive Consultant?
Saturday.
Every Saturday, so be on the lookout for that, possibly happening most likely happening before Backlash. Do we think that's a win?
Yes.
Well, that's a formidable yes from all of us. And we also have our intelligent wrestling fan show, which is Perfect Plex Talk Radio with Mike Knox. And Tuesdays, we have NXT Review with Bad Guy Jack and Shay. And occasionally myself, if I'm able to join for the day, if I'm not over at NXT, seeing it in person myself.
Yeah, like, are you joining this Tuesday?
I might not be, depending if I get the yes to go over at the performance center.
Well, if you are not on, then unfortunately, it's going to be the executive consultant in Bad Guy Jack.
That's fine. It's been a while since just you and I have reviewed a show, so I have no problem with that. And speaking of shows that you come on sometimes, we have AEW reviews on Wednesday with the Z is Silent, where you occasionally join him on All Elite Wrestling Talk, or as you like to say, All Elite Whackness.
It's pretty good. MJF is a good champion.
He's a good champion because he runs away from everything. He's a chicken
He's a
shit.
good champion because he looks gigantic against a whole bunch of midgets that try to take the title from him.
Which we are getting that 4 Pillars for Fatal 4-Way match, which I called ages ago. So
Cruiserweights.
Anyways, on the entertainment side, we have all the review shows for TV shows, for
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gotham Knights, Spaceballs, all next week. Stay tuned. Also watch our Instagram for UPR Battles, which comes out every couple Sundays.
Yay.
And not only that, but a couple of the people here on UPR have their own thing that they do on the side as well, such as our own Bad Guy Jack and Shay have their own podcast where they discuss the week of wrestling. So be on the lookout for that. And
Big Pop Podcasts.
And also be on the lookout for any videos that I put up of any wrestling shows that I go to on the Unofficial Camera Woman up on YouTube.
Also see the Superior, her YouTube channel, where she does a lot of mini reviews for trailers and TV shows. So look out for that.
Vic, do you have anything you would like to tell us or share or plug for us?
Oh, yes. Last week was National Arbor Day. So everybody plant a seed. Help Mother Earth in the reforest. Look at Chris. That's hilarious. I'm going to do a group thing at some point. So, when you want to learn about plants, call me.
Captain Planet style, the show that unfortunately sucked, as Bad Guy Jack said.
I'm getting fired.
He's the type of person that starts forest fires.
Anyways, I hope that everybody enjoyed our review and our predictions for what we believe will happen at Backlash. If anybody has anything they would like to say or share their opinions, let us know on all our social medias. They'll be right down there. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we got YouTube, we got Twitch. We got just about almost everything. And Patreon.
De todo.
And on that note, I wish everybody a good night.